For years, I've been teaching meditation and stress management in ways that fit comfortably inside mainstream settings, only teaching what I thought conference rooms and corporate classrooms and law enforcement training centers would accept. Privately, I've been exploring a much wider world of healing and wellness. I've been holding back, but I'm about to make some changes. Hello and welcome to the Pause First Academy channel. I'm Kim Colgrove. Before I jump into the changes I'm getting ready to make, let me back up a little bit and give you a little bit about my history so you understand how I landed here. So this story starts about 50 years ago. Exactly 50 years ago, in 1976. That's when I was 10 years old and my parents had me trained in meditation. So I learned how to meditate, like officially went and got training and all that. I learned how to meditate when I was 10. I'm turning 60 this year. So that's 50 years of meditating. That's where this whole story starts because I've always had a passion for meditation. And in 2011, I quit my full-time job to teach meditation and stress management full-time. I started by teaching small classes on my own and working with private clients. And then I started to get corporate jobs. Some of my corporate clients were Garmin International, United Way, Department of Veterans Affairs, National Court Reporters Association, and a lot of other small and medium-sized companies. So teaching stress management, using the tools of breathing, meditation, and mindfulness. That's what I was doing for several years. In the middle of that, in the fall of 2014, I lost my husband to suicide. Just 3 months after he retired from a 30-year law enforcement career. That devastating experience in my life led me on a journey of discovery about chronic stress and unprocessed trauma. I just really needed to understand what had happened to my husband. And the more I learned, the more I wanted to do something to help professionals who are exposed to the trauma of others at work. So a couple of years after my husband died, I started working with first responders, veterans, and other trauma-exposed professionals. And I've worked with that specific population exclusively for almost a decade now. So I've been working exclusively with trauma-exposed professionals for a pretty long time now, and I've loved this work. It's been extremely rewarding, and I do feel like I've made a difference for people. But in the past year or so, something has changed. It's like there's something deep down inside of me that's been kind of prompting me or pushing me to do things in a new way. I began to realize that I was holding back, that there were some things that I understood and knew about healing and wellness that I wasn't talking about, but fear prevented me from opening up and sharing some of that. Fear of acceptance, fear of people thinking I'm weird, all the internal fears that keep us down and hold us back. So professionally, for over 15 years now, I've taught evidence-based tools that are acceptable by the mainstream. All of my language and curriculum was shaped by what the mainstream would allow. But privately, and really for most of my life, I've explored a much, much wider world of healing and wellness. In other words, my professional life has been shaped by conformity, and my personal life has been shaped by esoteric and out-of-the-box approaches. So why now? Why does now feel like the time to make this change? I think people are starting to ask deeper questions and to open their minds to possibilities, partly because of what's happening in society, but also partly because what they're doing isn't helping, or it isn't working, or it falls short. I think there's a blend of cultural and independent readiness. I think people are ready for these topics. I think people are ready to expand their horizons and consider new, emerging, evolving possibilities. And I really just think that people are more and more ready to step outside of the box. I'm not anti-mainstream. I'm not anti-Western medicine. I'm kind of a both and gal. But I would be remiss if I didn't mention to you, or if I didn't start talking about the non-traditional, holistic, and integrative approaches, methods, practices, and modalities that I've found helpful in my own life, and others have too. So I'm just sort of opening this circle. I'm no longer working exclusively with trauma-exposed professionals. I'm not walking away from this demographic. I'm just opening the circle so we can invite more people in to explore non-traditional healing and wellness with us. Now, I'm going to keep doing what I've been doing because meditation is one of my very favorite topics, and I feel like I'm decently good at teaching skeptics and beginners about meditation. So I'm going to keep talking about breathing and stress management and nervous system regulation and meditation and mindfulness. That's not going anyplace. All I'm doing is I'm adding more topics. I'm going to explore this vast, deep world of non-traditional, unconventional healing modalities. So what does this mean moving forward? Well, I'm writing a new book. And as I research and write this book, I'm going to share the topics I'm researching with you here on my YouTube channel, in my weekly newsletter, and over on Pause First Academy. This is going to be a great way for you to confidentially dip your toe in the pool of non-traditional healing and learn about some practices, methods, and modalities that you might have been taught to dismiss. Some of the topics that I'm going to research, write about, and talk about are, I got a little list here. Let me share some of these with you. I'm going to talk about some ancient traditions that were forgotten and have made a resurgence. We'll talk about the mind-body connection. I'm going to look into energy healing. I'm going to look into plant medicine and psychedelics. Yes, I'm going there. And let's see what else. Oh, I'll take a look at some leading-edge therapies that maybe people are unsure about or afraid to try, non-religious spirituality, and much, much more. So if you're curious or even just a little open-minded, I invite you to come and take this journey and explore this world with me. I mean, you can always just take what resonates and leave the rest, right? Since I'm planning to share this YouTube video in my weekly newsletter and over on my online learning platform, Pause First Academy, I want to take just a moment here to thank those of you who have been with me for a while. I really do appreciate you hanging in there with me. And I also want to take a moment to warmly welcome all the newcomers. I hope you'll join me on this journey of discovery because I really do think that we'll learn a lot together as I research and write this book. All you have to do to follow along is subscribe to this YouTube channel and subscribe to my weekly newsletter, both of which are free. I also have a free members community over on Pause First Academy, and I'll be sharing everything over there as well. You're welcome to check that out. In fact, I invite you to pop over there. It's pausefirst.com, my online learning platform. And while you're there, you can check out my courses, learn about my books, and definitely check out my free resources while you're there. So get connected, join the journey, spread the word, tell your friends, and let's explore this world of non-traditional healing and wellness together. It's going to be a lot of fun. Thank you for being here. I appreciate your time, and I will see you in the next video.